Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome once again to the Bourse Report. Our Chief Investment Officer, Sarod Ramkilawan, is off for this morning, and so I deputize, if you want to put it that way. Today, I want to cover a very important development that has been taking place in our investment space and what it means for you as an investor. Essentially, in the past month or two, we have had deliberations that have led to, one, a significant inflow of US dollars to the investor. Those who would have held Guardian Holdings Limited shares and those who are holding Sagicor Financial Corporation shares. Guardian shares have been offered to and accepted in a takeover bid by the NCBJ group. And that would have generated something like just over $200 million US dollars in the hands of former GHL shareholders. Let's look at some of the figures as we take a look at the screen. So what you would see is that some 74 odd million shares were offered in the bid at $2.75. So that means that those whose bids were accepted or whose offers were accepted received on aggregate some $207 million. So this comes back into the economy and into the hands of investors. As you know, investors are very low in the line in terms of access to foreign currency for investment purposes. More than anything else, those limited resources, foreign exchange resources that are made available in the system go more to traders and manufacturers. So this is an important inflow into the system. Then let's look at what's happening with regard to other flows. On the 4th of June, what we are going to have is a shareholders meeting for Sagicor shareholders to determine whether or not they are going to accept an offer for a combination or some sort of amalgamation, which will result in their shares being converted firstly to Ally Invest shares and then renamed Sagicor Financial Holdings shares. The main point about it, though, is that those who will receive the exchange will be receiving that exchange in hard currency, meaning that the deemed exchange will put into your hands, whether it be by way of Sagicor shares or Ally Invest shares, some $265 odd million if the shareholder meeting is successful in terms of approving the conversion. So what does this mean? $207 odd million in the Guardian case and access to 200 and up to 200 or thereabouts million US dollars. So some $470 million now becomes available for hard currency investment or diversification or change in your holdings. This is a very important matter for investors. So what do you do with close to $500 million? Well, there is the opportunity then to go out into other investment areas. And what I'm seeking to show you here is that, for example, when we look back 5 years, the compounded return in the US markets, on the equity markets, it's about 7.4% and cumulative 43% over the past 5 years. Compare that with Trinidad and Tobago, where it was just 15% and compounded 2.8% per year over the last 5 years. And then you look at other indices, and when you look at bonds, for example, what you see is that the cumulative increase in value over 5 years is 19.2%, and compounded, that is 3.6 odd percent. The moral of the story is here is an opportunity for you, those who held GHL shares and those who expect, as we expect, that the meeting will approve the combination or the amalgamation. What to do with your US dollars? Well, you've had difficulties in accessing US dollars for investment purposes. Now you have these US dollars. What can you do with those? And the answer is that there are opportunities for you to start thinking about in the US dollar space. And when we look at some of the instruments that are available to you, there is the opportunity as you go out longer to generate more and more income. So year to date, what has happened in terms of US dollars, what you can see is US dollar mutual funds ranging, this is the income funds, ranging from 0.8% to 1.75%. If you are looking to be on the short end, this is a good place to be. US deposits, however, have been just about 0.5%. So you can upgrade as you go further out, and when you go into other collateralized issues, repurchase agreements, which is similar to fixed deposit, but fully collateralized by assets, 2 to 3%. Investment grade bonds, 4 to 5%. And as you go out higher yielding bonds, a non-investment grade, 4 to 6%. And when you go into equities, MSCI, the world index, 6.82%, and the returns on the S&P in the US market has been 9.81%. How do you access this? The main point is talk to your brokers, talk to your dealers, talk to us with Bourse Trader that gives you the opportunity to invest outside and to hold your assets and to be able to, if you need, to seek advice from your local brokers. So this is an opportunity, and now what I'll say to you, give us a call if you need any advice and any direction, any guidance on how to invest, where to place your assets, and how to use your US dollars while having local advice and local execution of your trades. This has been the Bourse Report. Have yourself a wonderful investment week.